In life, we all face moments when things seem out of control, when difficulties feel overwhelming, and when we question how we'll ever overcome the challenges before us. But what if I told you that there are two powerful words that can completely change your perspective and bring you inner peace, no matter what you're going through? These words are deeply rooted in Islamic wisdom and carry with them the strength to transform your mindset in an instant. The phrase, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel, meaning Allah is sufficient for us and He is the best disposer of affairs, is a declaration of complete trust in Allah. It's more than just a statement. It's a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles and that Allah's plan for us is always better than we can imagine. Today, let's dive into the power of these words and how they can solve all your problems. 1. Meaning of the phrase. The phrase, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel, translates to, Allah is sufficient for us, and He is the best disposer of affairs. It is a powerful declaration of complete reliance on Allah, acknowledging His supreme power and wisdom. The term Hasbuna comes from the Arabic root word hasb, which means enough or sufficient. By saying Hasbunallahu, a believer is expressing that Allah alone is enough to handle any situation, no matter how challenging. The second part of the phrase, wa ni'mal wakeel, translates to, and He is the best disposer of affairs, indicating that Allah is the ultimate authority over all matters in life. In this context, wakeel refers to someone who manages and takes care of all affairs in the best possible way, ensuring everything unfolds according to divine wisdom. When reciting these words, a Muslim places full trust in Allah's plan, regardless of the circumstances. It signifies a deep understanding that human abilities are limited and that Allah's control over everything is infinite. By uttering these words, a believer acknowledges that no matter the situation, be it financial struggles, health issues, emotional turmoil, or life uncertainties, Allah's plan is always the best. The beauty of this phrase lies in its simplicity and its depth. It encourages Muslims to surrender their fears and anxieties to Allah and to trust that He will guide them through any difficulty. It serves as a reminder that humans cannot control everything, but they can rely on Allah, who is both the creator and sustainer of everything in the universe. This act of surrender is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and faith. 2. Powerful historical context. The historical context of Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel makes it even more profound, showing its relevance in moments of great trial and adversity. This phrase was famously uttered by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam when he was about to be thrown into a blazing fire by the tyrant King Nimrod. Despite facing what seemed like an insurmountable challenge, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam placed his full trust in Allah's power and plan. His unwavering faith in Allah's protection and wisdom led him to declare Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel as an expression of complete reliance on Allah. Miraculously, Allah commanded the fire to be cool and peaceful for him, protecting him from harm. This powerful incident demonstrates that when we place our trust in Allah, He will make a way even in situations where there seems to be no hope. Similarly, the phrase was also uttered by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions during their most difficult times. One notable instance is when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers were surrounded by enemies during the Battle of Uhud. Despite facing overwhelming odds, the believers recited Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel to remind themselves that Allah alone is in control of their fate. This declaration not only strengthened their faith, but also reinforced their commitment to surrendering all their affairs to Allah, no matter how dire the situation seemed. Both of these historical events highlight the power of this phrase as a means of reassurance during times of hardship. It was used by the prophets in moments of personal danger, and their example encourages Muslims today to do the same when facing trials. These powerful moments of reliance on Allah serve as timeless reminders that true strength comes from trusting in the divine wisdom and letting go of the need to control everything. 3. Spiritual significance. The spiritual significance of the phrase Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel lies in its profound ability to bring inner peace and a sense of spiritual security to the believer. When uttered with sincerity, it serves as a reminder that no matter how challenging life becomes, Allah's plan is always better than any plan we can conceive. This phrase isn't just a form of verbal expression. It's a deep invocation of trust in Allah's infinite wisdom and mercy. The act of reciting these words allows a believer to disconnect from worldly worries and reconnect with their ultimate source of comfort, Allah. In Islam, faith and trust in Allah are central tenets, and this phrase encapsulates those ideals perfectly. It helps the believer to release any attachment to the outcome of their circumstances, knowing that Allah, the best disposer of affairs, is in control. This shift in perspective is spiritually liberating because it frees the individual from the constant burden of worrying about the unknown future. Instead, the believer is reminded that Allah's decrees are always for the best, even if they don't immediately understand the reasoning behind them. Furthermore, the phrase fosters a mindset of patience and perseverance. When recited during times of distress, it encourages the believer to remain calm and steadfast, relying on the knowledge that Allah will handle all matters in the best way possible. This brings an immense sense of relief and tranquility, knowing that ultimate outcomes are beyond one's control. By relying on Allah, the believer not only nurtures their spiritual strength, but also enhances their emotional resilience. In times of difficulty, reciting this phrase becomes an act of both worship and comfort, reinforcing the connection with Allah and offering a sense of hope that Allah's wisdom will prevail over every challenge. 4th, practical application. The practical application of Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel in everyday life is transformative. It is not just a phrase to be recited in moments of extreme hardship, but a tool to be incorporated into daily life, especially when facing any form of challenge, whether emotional, financial, or relational. When a believer faces stress, anxiety, or uncertainty, saying, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel can be an immediate reminder to relinquish control and trust in Allah's plan. This practice nurtures a sense of peace, knowing that Allah, the best disposer of affairs, is fully aware of your situation and has the perfect solution. For instance, when dealing with difficult relationships, whether it's in family, work, or friendships, this phrase encourages believers to release their worries and refrain from forcing outcomes. It helps them accept that only Allah knows what is best for everyone involved, and that sometimes things are out of their hands. This mindset encourages believers to focus on their actions, to maintain good intentions, and to trust that Allah will guide the relationship in a direction that aligns with the best possible outcome. Similarly, in moments of financial strain or career uncertainty, saying, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel can alleviate the pressure of constantly trying to control every aspect of one's financial future. It reminds the believer to rely on Allah's provision, understanding that while effort and planning are necessary, ultimate success and sustenance come from Him alone. This application brings emotional comfort and relieves the weight of worry, allowing the believer to stay focused on doing their best while leaving the results to Allah. In this way, the phrase is not just a declaration, but an ongoing practice of trust and surrender in everyday life, enabling Muslims to maintain faith, peace, and composure in the face of life's uncertainties. 5. Trust in Allah's plan. The phrase Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel profoundly emphasizes the importance of trusting in Allah's plan and acknowledging His ultimate control over all matters. It serves as a reminder that while humans can make efforts and plan their actions, the outcome of those efforts is always in the hands of Allah. This mindset of trust helps believers to surrender the need for control, knowing that Allah's plan is always better, even when it's not immediately clear why certain events unfold the way they do. When a believer truly places their trust in Allah, they acknowledge that His wisdom transcends their limited understanding. Life can often seem unpredictable, filled with obstacles and challenges that make us question why certain things happen. However, this phrase encourages believers to trust that every situation, no matter how difficult, is part of a greater plan. The believer's role is not to worry about the outcome, but to continue to act in the best way possible, leaving the results to Allah. This concept of trust in Allah's plan also helps believers to be patient. When things don't go according to their expectations, they are reminded that Allah's timing is perfect. Sometimes, a delay or setback may actually be a form of mercy, protection, or preparation for something better. Trusting in Allah's plan allows the believer to maintain peace in their heart, even when things don't seem to be going their way. Ultimately, placing complete trust in Allah fosters a sense of inner peace and resilience. The believer knows that no matter what challenges they face, Allah is there guiding them, and His decisions are always in their best interest. This mindset helps reduce anxiety and cultivates a spirit of contentment, as they understand that their success, happiness, and even trials are all part of Allah's perfect plan. In conclusion, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel is a reminder that no matter how challenging life becomes, we can always trust in Allah's plan. These two powerful words bring peace, strength, and reassurance, helping us to face any difficulty with faith and patience. May Allah grant you peace of mind and ease in every challenge you face. Remember, you are never alone. Allah is always with you. If you found this reminder beneficial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Inner Deen for more powerful Islamic insights. Leave a comment below with a prayer of trust in Allah, and let's uplift each other.